Amidu goes and presents AGYAPA shares, AGYAPA investigation. And I thought he was man enough. You go, they say, investigate AGYAPA, present a report on AGYAPA. If you've investigated Airbus, present a report on Airbus. But in the AGYAPA report, you know that it's going to be damning of this government. You go and put one paragraph there about Airbus. Nobody asked you about Airbus. If you were man enough, present AGYAPA and do a report on Airbus, separate. And then I'll come as a man and answer you on Airbus. If you think that I'm indicted on Airbus, accuse me directly. But because he's a coward, and they knew that AGYAPA was going to be discussed today, because he was a coward, and he knew that they were going to discuss AGYAPA, so put a paragraph on Airbus to equalize the discussion. I mean, what stupidity is this? You are investigating AGYAPA. Present a report on AGYAPA. Why? Because you know AGYAPA is going to be discussed. You've indicted the president's cousin as finance minister, and you are afraid that you are presenting only a report on AGYAPA. So in the AGYAPA report, put some other reports that balance the equation. I thought he was man enough. Come out. The point is, you say I'm the leader of a political party. I say, if you have a legal basis for investigating me, go ahead and investigate me. If you have a legal basis for investigating me, go ahead and investigate me. There's been a DPA, a deferred prosecution agreement. You're not a party to it. You don't know who are involved in it. They've identified some people in it. You don't have an authenticated agreement from SFO or from whoever is involved in it. And you say, I surmise that government official one is so. Somebody is so. On what legal basis are you proceeding?
We begin from the studio now with Martin Amidu and President John Dramani Mahama. So Martin Amidu put up a report, and it's entitled "A Report on the Analysis of the Risk of Corruption and Anti-Corruption Risk Assessment of the Processes Leading up to the Request for Approval of the Transaction Agreement and Tax Exemptions granted by Parliament thereunder in relation to the Gold Royalties Monetization Transaction under the Minerals Income Investment Fund Act 2018, Act 978, and other related matters thereto." This is a very long title of Martin Amidu's report, but he says other related matters. So President Mahama was concerned about something. The small matter that I want to raise tonight, ahead of looking at this in detail, is that we don't understand something that Mr. Amidu wrote in this document. He wrote about the Airbus situation. We first have to understand something. When Martin Amidu sets out to do investigations in his capacity and under the mandate of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, provided for by an Act of Parliament, when he does that, and he's doing his investigation, he's not SRAJ, he's not the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice, he's not a fact-finding body, that's what I mean. He's not a YOCO. He's looking for prosecutable offenses. That's what Martin Amidu's office is. That's what the special prosecutor is about. When he sets out to work, he's looking for prosecutable offenses. So if he does some work on AGYAPA, sorry, let me just fit this in well. Okay, yes, thank you. So when he does some work on AGYAPA, or he does some work on Airbus, he's looking for prosecutable offenses. When he therefore comes around and tells us that he has found that President Mahama is government official one, but because of elections or because the leader of a political party, he will not prosecute him. We don't understand it. We agree with President Mahama. If you have found something, you have to prosecute. What's Martin Amidu talking about? He doesn't have a mandate of his own. He has a mandate that has been given to him by an Act of Parliament. He has a mandate that has been given to him by law. And he has sworn an oath before the President, before the Attorney General, before the learned Chief Justice. The Honorable Special Prosecutor has sworn an oath to discharge his duties without fear or favor. He's supposed to discharge his duties without fear or favor. How then does he say that I have conducted an investigation? I have found that President Mahama is government official 1. But because he's the leader of a political party, I will not prosecute him. Martin Amidu should not be able to say that. In fact, in saying so, he's risking the continuation of his own office. A special prosecutor is not within his ambit, it's not within his whims and caprices. He doesn't decide who to prosecute and who not to prosecute. The taxpayer is funding him so that he will work against corruption. Look at the title of his report. It is entitled The Analysis of Risk of Corruption and Anti-Corruption Risk Assessment of the Processes Leading to the Request for Approval. So he's about corruption. And then you say you have found something on the former president, Airbus. And you say that I will not prosecute because he is running as the flag bearer of NDC. I mean, I don't get it. Maybe the board of the special prosecutors must come and explain this to us. What does Martin Amidu mean by that? You found corruption, you go ahead. You find corruption against the president, apart from the fact that he cannot be prosecuted, you can do something about it. You find corruption against the vice president, you find corruption against me, you find corruptions against X, you find corruption against Y, irrespective of what office they hold, except the president of the republic, where the constitution has given him a clear immunity. For any other person that you find corruption against, or you find substantial prima facie cases of corruption, Honorable Martin Amidu, your mandate is to proceed with further investigation, invite whoever it is. You can't come and say in an official report that I found something, I found that President Mahama is Airbus official 1, government official 1, whatever they call it. But I don't want to prosecute him because he's running for office as NDC flag bearer. What does that mean? Really, what does that mean? For Martin Amidu to say that maybe we have to begin impeachment proceedings against him. He can't say that. I mean, this is not the first time we on this program are saying something about Martin Amidu. This is not the first time. And I have since gone to visit with him in his office. He discussed with me the difficulties of his office. I sympathize with his difficulties. He's a hard-working man. And of course, he distinguished himself when he was Deputy Attorney General for the many years that he worked at the Office of the Attorney General. Martin Amidu is a great Ghanaian. If we are talking about 100 great Ghanaians at the Office of the Attorney General's Department since Call Swansea, Martin Amidu will be one of them. We know that. Acknowledge. He's a great man. But when he publishes a report like that, when he's working towards a mandate in the law, and he publishes a report and says, I don't want to go after him, or somehow I am inhibited from going after him because he's NDC flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama is absolutely right to call Martin Amidu a coward and to say some of the other things he said. I can say that. But if I were John Mahama, I'll be livid. You say that you have found something against me. Then you say I'm a leader of a political party, so you don't want to prosecute me. Is that what your mandate says? Your mandate doesn't say that. Okay, I won't do much about it because I've not finished reading the report. I have to acknowledge. Even though I have seen the places where Martin Amidu writes, 67-page report. And this weekend I'll read it. I don't know whether Manchester United are playing this weekend or Asante Kotoko are playing, but I'll find time to read it. It looks interesting. It looks well written. And I was kind of proud of Ghana when I was reading this report that we have an office called the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I think many African countries are going to learn from this. This is a very important office. And I congratulate Parliament also for passing the law to keep this office. And of course, I congratulate President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for dreaming about an office like that, because the work Martin Amidu has done here is great work. But Martin Amidu must understand the office is not his property. The mandate is not his personal mandate. The mandate is a mandate given to him by an act of parliament. Members of parliament represent the people of Ghana. So they've given you a mandate like that. You don't come and be saying anything at all about the mandate that I found him, but he's running for election. So what?